Hey everyone, welcome to the We Are Vaughn podcast. And I just want to let you know that the podcast is not a substitute for any therapy or mental health guidance. The views expressed on the podcast are none other than those of the host as well as the individuals who appear on the show. If you are seeking any mental health advice or any mental health help, please contact your local mental health therapist. Thank you for listening.
We are back with our guest. I'm so happy. We have Alexis. This is my first guest since I've been gone. I'm real happy to have Alexis here. So today, Alexis is going to share her story and also what she's doing in the community or what she's doing in general. Alexis, I want to know, who are you and where are you
Hi.
from?
Hi. Okay, so yes, I am Alexis. I go by the Wellness Jawn.
Mhm.
That is THA Wellness JAWN. If you didn't notice by John, I'm from outside of Philadelphia. Big ups to the East Coast. So yeah, born and raised there. Moved around a lot, but mainly born and raised, and it's called Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, about an hour outside of Philadelphia. So think of Galveston to Houston type of distance, about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on certain things. I've been in Houston about 7 years. Moved here June 2018 for love. We are no longer together, but I stayed here because I just love it here. Plus, I'm a veteran, so why would I live in any other state being a veteran with all the tax breaks and all the good things? So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's just a small, that's just a small, a little
Hey,
background. Yeah, yeah. So being a veteran, living in Texas is like, why would I leave?
yeah.
But yeah, so what I do, I am a massage stretch therapist
Hmm.
and also Pilates instructor. I've been doing that full time since 2022.
Yeah.
Before that, I was a CNA for the past 7 years.
Hmm.
So that's a huge wellness background for me. Anything to help people feel better in any capacity is what I want to do. From CNA work, working with the elderly, to massage therapy, to making bodies feel better, to Pilates instruction. Again, making your body feel better and helping you age better, because that's what Pilates to me is for, to help you age a lot better. Nothing to do with weight loss, anything there.
Hmm.
Definitely keeping those bones tight. Because if you look at the older Pilates ladies, they strong. Okay,
Yeah.
the ladies are strong. So yeah, that's just a
Yeah.
little. That's just a small. And like I said, I'm a veteran, so I was in the Navy. I was an ordnance. So unfortunately, when you hear about us dropping bombs on other countries, I was the
Hmm.
person who uploaded that bomb so the pilot could drop it on another country. Again, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Very young, very naive. But now it's like, ooh, when I say that, I was like, ugh. But that's an easier description of what I did in the military.
It pause.
I did that from 2009 to 2011. I got out a little bit early due to an injury. I hurt my knee in the military, so I got out a little bit early.
Hmm.
And yeah, I was a military wife. So I met my then husband, now ex-husband, in the military. So when I got out the military, I was pregnant. We got married, and I was a military wife. I lived in Chicago for a little bit. Lived in North Chicago. Right, right. Lived in the Great Lakes area while I was there for about a year and a half. Loved
Hmm.
everything about that. Unfortunately, got divorced while I was up there and went back home. And like I said, fast forward to now. That was what, whew, like 15 years ago.
Hmm.
I'm saying 15 years ago. Sure, we getting old. We getting old. Say
You know,
15 years ago, 20 years ago. Like, child, please. Right.
look, the other day I'm like, dang, I might just be a young T.
I'm a
I'm
young
like,
T. You see me? I'm
yeah.
officially right. Officially 35. Officially a young T. I'm trying to be like my best Tia, because Tia is amazing. I love everything about that crazy ass old lady. Like, I love everything about her. She's just so her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's just so her, and it's just like, ooh, she got a huge personality. Ooh, child. Yeah, I'm a young T now. Yes, yes, a young auntie. Yes,
So, in doing all of that, I want to know, because you say you had an injury.
yes.
Did that in any way motivate you to go into wellness?
Kind of, sorta.
Okay.
So the injury, like I said, always being a heavier set person. I've never been petite my whole life. So Unfortunately, when you are bigger, yes, we have body confidence, all the things, but your bones do hurt. I mean,
Mm.
all that extra weight on these bones. We all have the same bone structure, no matter how much weight you do or don't have. So that was
Yeah.
a part of it, but mainly my driving force for community and what I do in wellness is my grandmother.
Yeah.
I was mainly raised with my grandmother. My
Yeah.
mother was back and forth on drugs my entire life, and my dad was absent. So, black families, you either go with an auntie or you go with your grandma. I was with my
Uh-huh.
grandmother.
Yeah.
So, my grandma was like the most peaceful person ever. She was
Mm-hmm.
an Aquarius. She had her little quirk to her, but she was a nurse also, first black nurses in her graduating class. So, she just had this knack for service of people, and like me being raised by her
Mm-hmm.
influenced that a lot. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
wasn't growing up in a racist family. Her best friend is a white person, and just how she just was so loving, and how she just
Yeah.
instilled in me, even pray for your enemies. Like even if this person
Yeah.
is an enemy, pray for them. Obviously,
Yeah.
black traditional black family. I grew up in the
Yeah.
church. I
Yeah.
was in all the choirs. I was an usher for a little bit. You know what I'm
Ah.
saying? So yeah. And then on top of it, my grandma was the head nurse of the church.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was really in the church for real.
Yeah.
And mainly my wellness snack is definitely for my grandmother.
Okay.
Everything about everything about why I'm doing what I'm doing is because what my grandmother instilled in me. Definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. It's always good to have that role model. I was talking about this the other day. Like, I don't know if I really had a family role model,
Right.
but Michelle Obama for sure is definitely
Oh,
my
okay.
role
Oh,
model
okay.
as
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get older.
Chicago head. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, but so it's interesting that you bring it up about having your grandma as your role
Yes,
model, and
yes,
also
definitely.
she
Yep.
was a nurse
Yes, she was a
too.
nurse. Yes, she was also.
So that strong wellness background. So I want to kind of go back a little bit.
Okay.
You said that you're from Philly, you moved
Yep.
to Chicago, you're a military wife, but then you got divorced. How did that? Did how was that experience?
It
Basically.
was a lot. So more to tie into that. So my childhood was really up and down. So I went to 14 different schools, K through 12. So
Mm,
what that is, I was in a different school every 6 months to a year. Either I was, leaving in the middle of the semester, or I was there the whole entire year and then left due to my mom's drug addiction, due
uh-huh,
to her being incarcerated because she's also a two-time felon. So due to her incarcerations and all that kind of stuff there, the moving part was okay with me because like I said, I moved around my entire life, so moving was nothing to me. Even
mm-hmm,
now, like being here 7 years, like, oh Jesus, I've been here a long ass time. My first time in my life, I've been somewhere for a long period of time. But the divorce was a hard process due to being married. You don't get married to get divorced. I mean,
yeah.
it's what it is. I mean, I know you relate to that part, but it's like you don't get married to get divorced. But also, I got fed up with being cheated on. I mean, that's just it's
Mm-hmm,
as clear as day. I got fed up with it. You deal with a lot. Being a healer, being a natural nurturer, you want to
yeah.
stay in a relationship. You want to make it work. I did all the counseling things. We did the couples therapy. You know what I'm saying? We did all the things, but it was only on
Yeah.
my end that I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was only
Yeah.
on my end doing the work, and on
Mhm.
his end, not so much.
Yeah.
So yes and no. Like I said, it was a transition, but no,
Yeah.
like okay, I'm going back home. That's all I did. I
Yeah.
packed up my little what kind of car that I drive. I was in a red Toyota Corolla at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I packed up my little, red Toyota Corolla, me and my son stuff, and drove from
Mhm.
Chicago back home. And yeah, that was that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that must be tough. You say you don't get married to get divorced. It must be really
Right.
tough. Especially you see you had a child at the
Yeah, yeah.
time.
I had my son at the time. Yep.
Yeah.
Just my
Yeah.
son at the time. Yep.
How is that navigating a divorce while also having a child and having to try to emotionally regulate?
I
Yeah.
know every divorce is different, but
Yeah.
my divorce was really petty.
Okay.
It was extremely petty on his end. Like I said, I'm a peaceful person. We're not together. Let's get divorced and let's move on. Like I'm just
Yeah.
so easygoing about things. I'm not an angel, not saying that, but it's like
Yeah.
process. It's over now. That's a divorce. Give me my last name back and let's move on. But unfortunately with kids involved in divorce, and
Uh-huh.
you're dealing with a petty, extremely petty individual, he was
Yeah.
trying to take my son away from me during that time. So that's what made the divorce process even harder because things. So that was the reason why my divorce process was so it took 2 years. I left 2015, divorced 2017, so 2 years. That's why unfortunately my divorce process was so draining because it wasn't just a divorce. It was a whole bunch of other shit
Yeah.
inside of there. So yeah, that's why it wasn't easy. My divorce process wasn't easy at all. Going to court solo. I didn't have money for a lawyer. I was a
Yeah.
housewife, so I didn't have money for a lawyer. The car that I was the red Toyota Corolla he took back because he was
Oh,
paying for
wow.
it. He didn't want to pay me no money, so I was struggling. I was on at that time. I had to enroll in Section 8 and welfare and WIC and all the things at that during that time. So I was struggling for real, but God was on my side the entire time. I
Yeah.
won. I won every court case without a lawyer, without like I just had receipts in God. I just had
Yeah.
receipts in God. That was literally keep
Yeah.
your receipts, ladies. I have stuff from 2015 that I still have just in
Yeah.
case. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yes,
Just
I
in case.
understand that.
Yeah, just in case. But yeah, so that divorce process was definitely mentally taxing. Yeah,
Yeah, and it sounds like you prevailed through it all, so I
I
think
did.
that's real.
I did.
Yeah,
And
yes,
it
to go
wasn't
to court.
easy.
Yeah, definitely to go to court. In Texas, they say pro se,
Hmm.
representation of
Right,
yourself,
right,
and
right, right,
be able to just win. You
right.
know,
Hmm.
that's real. I don't know. That would strengthen my faith in God. Like,
It
yes,
did. Yeah, there's other things that
yeah.
throughout life that has my that shaped my faith, but that was the divorce process was definitely one of them. Definitely.
And you also have other children.
I do. Now I do. Yes. So my
Okay.
oldest is 13. My daughter just turned 6, and then my baby boy is 2. All from
Mhm.
separate relationships. So the reason why I moved here to Texas in the first place 7 years ago was for my daughter's dad. We were
Okay.
engaged, all the things. That relationship ended due to his alcoholism. Couldn't deal with that no more because with alcoholism, not just
Yeah.
alcohol, it's
Yeah.
everything that coincides with the alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We weren't steady on our feet. He was losing jobs back to back, and we lost apartment, and all the things there. So that was the reason for
Yeah.
that ending. And then my baby boy,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm over the relationship, but I'm not over the hurt. Be
Mm-hmm.
over the relationship. That's whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
completely still navigating the hurt because
Yeah.
I never thought I would be in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it sounds crazy, but at least cheat or something. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. It was just mentally being with a narcissist is crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So it sounds like you've dealt with adversity like at every
I
kind
have.
of corner. And I kind of want to go back too because you also
Mhm.
mentioned your mom as
Yes.
well, and your dad not being
Right.
present. How does the drug addiction with your mom and the fact that the absence of your father, how does that
Yeah.
play a role in who you are today?
We'll talk about my dad first because that's an easy thing. My dad was also he's ex-military. Got kicked out of the military though. He wasn't a good person in the military. He got kicked out. Got that dishonorable discharge. He was born and raised in Chicago. He was an adoptee, so he's adopted. So my dad had this natural, I guess, chip on his shoulder his whole life. As I'm doing more research about him, so I know him, and he was in and out of my life. That's where I got my swag from. Shout out to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's where I have to be honest, but that's where I got my swag from and things like that. So because when he did pop up, he was giving me gold change and Jordans and all the things, but he was definitely absent. He didn't want to be held accountable for his actions, from what I know now. So the last time I physically seen my dad was 2005. I was 15, and I was like, okay. And then last time I spoke to him was 2018 when I first moved here. My dad's a non-factor for real. I don't really have a close relationship with him. Yeah, so that's why I can speak of my dad first. He's definitely a non-factor. I know where he is. He knows where I am. He just has no interest in talking to me. I have no interest in talking to him. It's whatever. I just hope I'm on a life insurance policy. Let me stop.
I
I just hope
cannot with you.
I just hope I'm on a life insurance policy at this point. I mean, it
Okay.
sounds cruel, but it's like I don't have that connection with him. So it's like There's
Yeah.
nothing there. Like I don't feel anything. There's absolutely nothing there. Now with my mom, I'm the child who was mainly raised with her because unfortunately, not saying unfortunately, all my siblings, we all have different dads also. So my oldest brother, he's 45, was mainly raised by his dad's people, and then my sister is 28, and she was mainly raised by her dad's people. With my dad being absent, I was always with my mom.
Yeah.
So I seen her crack addiction face front. She's
Mm.
done drugs in front of me. I've had to fight my mom just to go to school. Like literally, I remember the one day she would not allow me to go to school. I'm like, I want to go to school, and I had
Mm.
literally had to fight my mom out of the house to go to school. This is like 10th grade.
Yeah.
She was just
Mm.
so high on her drug. I've forgiven her because now that I know I'm educated, and understanding after a point, it's not an addiction; it's a disease.
A
After
disease. Yeah.
so I understand that mentally, like I'm okay, cool. You're forgiven. You have a disease at this point. But currently, my mom is floating around. She live in Houston, but she's floating around somewhere on drugs and alcohol. So yeah, that's a harder relationship to get through because I want her to get better. I want
Mm.
her to see her grandkids, but I'm stiff. No,
Yeah.
my kids are not going to see what I see.
Yeah.
I
That's
could.
true.
It's not happening. So the past year, I haven't really talked to my mom. I talked to her here and there, but I had
Yeah.
to, for my own mental health, I had to
Yep.
completely cut her off because I've been the crutch my whole life. I've sent her
Hmm.
money. I'm the one who drives her around every city I move to. She moves to. She just knows I have that knack for helping.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know your kids,
Yeah.
and she knows I'm the one who was going to look out for her.
Yeah.
So last year, I had to stop doing that for my own mental health, and for my own
Hmm.
pockets. I'm a
Yeah.
single mom with 3 kids. I can't
Yeah.
I can't afford it. So yeah, I
Yeah.
hope my mom gets better. But yeah, that's the relationship with my mom. Yeah.
Yes. And being in the caretaker role for a parent, and it's not like, how they say when the parent gets older, you're taking care of them, you don't want to put them in a nursing home, but no, this is more so like, she is going through something,
Right.
and it's real heavy, and
Yes.
you are taking care of her, and you realize like that's a huge
I
responsibility.
can't do it no more. I can't
Yeah.
for my own mental health and for these kids. Like
Mm.
I cannot do it no more because I'm, for one, affordability. Taking care of somebody else when you're already taking care of 3 other people, I can't do it. And then
Yeah.
two, and I've always known this, but hearing it more and more from different types of people, the saying is you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make
Right.
them drink.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So my whole life I've been leading her to the water,
Mm.
but she hasn't been drinking. So
Mm.
I had to really relinquish that. It's
Yeah.
hard just to see your mom just wither away and shit like that. But yeah, it's just where I have to be with my mom. I have
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah.
Yeah. And you said I'm stiff on it because I don't want
Yeah.
my children to
Not at
see
all. Not
what
at
I
all.
went.
Not at all.
And that brings about I don't know, it sounds like it's like that mama bear factor, like real
Mm-hmm.
protective. I'm not about to
Yep.
play,
I'm
I'm not
not.
about to play. These my kids, and I definitely don't want them to feel the way I felt. But I
Correct.
want to know, like, what were your feelings while seeing her go through that? Like, were you confused? Did you not understand?
So growing up, I didn't understand why I was always back and forth, because you're young. So you just know
Yeah.
you're with my grandma at one point, back with my
Mhm.
mom. With my aunt at
Yeah.
one point, back with my mom. So
Yeah.
at a certain time, I just didn't know. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just knew I was with my
Yeah.
mom. I would visit her in jail, but that's you're naive. I don't know. No one's
Yeah.
explaining anything to me. So I'm just going to visit my mom in jail, and I'm like, she's in jail. I don't know what
Yep.
she did.
Yeah.
I'm just visiting my mom in jail. I don't know. I'm living with my grandma. I don't know why I'm living with my grandma.
Yeah.
There's a connection again. Okay. I don't know why. So, but when I turned, it was again when I moved back with my mom. She had got out of jail from doing I think 2 years of a felony charge or whatever, something like that. I moved back with my mom, and I'm 15, so I'm understanding things a little bit more. So at this point, my mom's fully blown on drugs, and
Uh-huh.
not caring where she does it at. So she did it in front of me. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, like this, again, 15 years old. This is what 2005.
Yeah.
And then I laugh at myself. I was always so bold. I don't know where I get this boldness from. Cause unfortunately, when I was with my mom, I was in the hood. I was in the trenches for real. Because it was all she
Yeah.
can afford, and obviously most of the drug dealings and drugs are in the hood, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
I was in the trenches for real, and I knew all the drug dealers, and I was like, if you niggas serve my mom crack, I'm fucking y'all up. I'm 15, saying this
Mm-hmm.
grown ass men. I'm like, not that it's a reflection. Like I was so bold,
Yeah.
and they would laugh at me like, okay, I got you, because they respected me.
Yeah.
And it's just like laugh about it now, but I was like, yo, I
Yeah.
could have got hurt coming up to
Yeah.
some grown ass men who's selling drugs in the corner with guns and shit like that, and I'm like 15. Don't sell my mom drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. So going through all that with my mom was insane. Like I almost
Yeah.
unalive somebody for her
Yeah.
when I was 16 or 17 because he pushed her in front of me, and I just went black. So I put a knife to this man's throat, and I was like, if you ever push my mom again, I'm gonna flip the knife, and it's gonna be over for you.
Yeah.
And I'm 16, 17. Again, where did I get this boldness from? No
Yeah.
clue.
Yes.
Yeah, going through all that with my mom definitely was an interesting thing for a young black girl. Yeah, yeah, to say the
Yes.
least. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. For
I
sure.
went through a lot with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a lot of that is that protection, you
Oh
know?
yeah, yes,
Yeah. Because who really wants to see their mom go through that?
right,
You know, like when you think of mom, you think of also, just like dad, a protector, a
yeah,
provider, that emotional availability, like the nurturer,
right.
all of that.
And my mom has no backbone. Unfortunately, she's a
Okay.
TB survivor, and so my mom truly like she's tough. You know what I'm saying? But she's
Yeah.
not when it comes to men. She has no spine, and I've always had this spine with me. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where this shit come from. I'm glad I have it,
Yeah.
but I don't
Yeah.
know where it comes from, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into protector mode.
Yeah.
Whoever I mess with hard body, like I go into instant protector mode. So yeah.
Yeah. I have a question in
Mhm.
regards to your parents. Do you ever think about their past, their childhood? Because you brought up
Yeah,
DV
I
story,
do. I do. Yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
So my
that
dad,
make yeah, that make
yeah,
them the way that they are.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad, he's adopted. He was born in Chicago. He was raised in Markham and Harvey area. So he got adopted around 5. So I think
Yeah.
that's his gripe in life. So it's not like he was a baby. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
The stories that I'm getting as I'm like looking into his background is that his mom and his sister came to visit him all the time until he was 5.
Hmm.
So that's where I think my dad's chip on his shoulder comes from, is coming from being an adoptee. And then with my mom, she is also a SA survivor, and from one of my great uncles, great
Oh
uncle,
wow.
yeah, one of my great uncles. And then she's also at the age of 2 or 3, 50, well, 40% of her body was burned
Oh my God.
at the age of 3 or 4. And this, as the story goes, they were boiling. This is what the 60s. They were boiling water for hot dogs, and some type of way, my mom tripped, and like that's why they tell you to put the
Yeah.
handle in. And I
Yep.
guess my mom tripped, and all the boiling hot water burnt her. So she was in the hospital for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the 1960s, and her whole entire chest was burned, her arm, her back, her whole entire arm. So those are two things I believe um, have mentally messed my mom up,
Yeah.
from what I can grasp about my mom.
Pretty much kind of giving her grace and giving them grace. It brings about that empathy factor
Right,
when you think about what they've gone through that made them
right.
who
As
they
you get
are.
older and understand their story a
Yeah.
little bit more, right? Yep.
Yes, 'cause that's one of the things that I kind of try to like if I'm having conversations with people. I know my background like therapy or whatever,
Yeah.
but psychology, so just like because it shifts from a, why weren't they there
Right.
perspective to a dang, this is what they went through.
Correct.
And it doesn't excuse the behavior, but it
At
definitely
all.
provides some like background to
And
it.
a lot of insight. Yeah, I don't hold anything against them. Like I've never, even before I was healed, as healed as I am, I've never held anything against my mom or my dad ever. Mm-mm. There's other people in my family I hold things against, but my mom and my dad, mm-mm,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to say thank you for sharing that. I know that's
Oh,
really
yeah, yeah,
intimate,
you
girl.
good. I've
Yeah,
been in
that's
therapy
very
a long time, girl.
ah,
What I'm saying? I've been in therapy for a long time. Okay, since 2013, I've
oh,
been in therapy. Oh yeah, I've been in therapy since 2013, and yeah, I'm okay.
yeah. Yes.
Promise you, I'm okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get teary eyed about certain subjects, but there was a point where I couldn't even speak about these things
Think
without
about it. Yeah.
being in
Mhm.
tears. You're cancer, so you know. Well, we gonna cry.
Yes.
Okay, we
Yes.
gonna cry, baby. We are going to cry, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, about now and today and who you are and your business. You say you were a CNA,
Yep.
and then you transitioned to instruction. Where
Yeah.
do you plan on taking it? Like, what do you plan on doing for it? Is there anything that, um,
There's an end goal. Yeah, there's
okay,
definitely there's definitely an end goal. So with what I'm doing is the ultimate end goal is a community wellness center.
okay,
That is the ultimate end goal. Think of YMCA
yeah,
mixed with, I don't know, Boys and Girls Club. So I grew up in the
yeah,
Boys and Girls Club back home, but for everybody. Boys and Girls Club is obviously for youth.
yeah,
And then everything what YMCA does, YMCA, I don't know, back home in PA, the YMCA does a lot of community events. Typical YMCA's have the gym in there, have this and that. So what I want to do is a community wellness center for Black people. So
oh,
have massage therapists, Pilates instructor, mental health therapists, chiropractors, some classes, also herb classes, financial classes, all the things over there, community events, backpack drives, Christmas drives, things like that. And it's all in one place. Because usually with all those services, they're pretty spread apart.
yeah,
IMCA only has mainly fitness, what I'm
yeah,
saying, and a
yeah,
day. Some of them do have daycares. And then Boys and Girls Club is only for kids. So
yeah,
I just want to. It's an elevated of a YMCA, so a more community
yeah.
wellness based with
Okay,
everything for us,
yeah,
by us.
yeah. What inspired that?
That is the
What
truth.
inspired that?
My life, my
Yeah,
entire life has inspired that due to being I don't want to call myself, I'm not a hood baby. I don't like that term, but I'm saying due to me growing up in the circumstances I was in, nonprofits helped me my
yeah,
entire life. They're still helping me to this day.
yeah.
And yeah, nonprofits have helped me throughout my entire life, from the WIC program to Section 8 to the dental bus. Like I said, I grew up that the dental bus that came to the school to get dental work. From getting free and reduced lunch. What I'm saying, because of my circumstances, to when I was struggling and I was homeless at one point, the nonprofit helped me. So just more so all those culmination of all those things. And then
Yeah.
also having this knack for wanting to, I truly want to help people.
Yeah.
No matter if I'm struggling, there's somebody with less than I do. No matter,
Yeah.
I don't know where that mentality came from, but
Yeah.
probably from my grandmother.
Yeah.
We don't have much, but there's somebody who has less.
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
always somebody who has less than you,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So
Yeah.
that's where that comes from. I want to be a beacon for the community. And then
Yeah.
another subject, we lost community as a Black people. I don't
Oh,
know what happened with community. I have no clue. Still, I'm a rabbit hole girl, so I've been going down a rabbit hole for the past year. I'm still having a hard time figuring out what happened to community.
yeah.
Growing
Yes.
up, we had community.
Yeah.
Out of my
Yeah.
circumstances, we had community.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to community, but it's gone.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
Black community, it's gone. What
Yes.
I'm trying to do is do an event, like we did an event with you. And I did
Yes.
my own event is this community building. Like, what
Yeah.
is going on? Like, why is it so hard for us? And it's a worldwide thing, because there are some people
Yeah.
I follow who are talking about it.
Yes.
And it's like, what happened to community? And
Yeah.
that's another thing. I want to truly build community again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate you for bringing that up because I was
Yeah,
just thinking about this the other day, and on my Instagram I post stuff, but there was this
yeah.
one post, I think it was by Free to Be Collective, and they were talking about how people market as community, and it's not really community.
It's not. The wellness community is not well. I'm going to say that again. The wellness community is not well.
You know what?
It's not.
I was about to say something. Well, I'm gonna let it go. But look, I'm just letting you know. Look, hey,
Got it. The wellness community is
yes,
girls and mean, many women, because wellness community is really led by us. So it's a bunch of
yeah,
mean girls who are doing things in the name of wellness, but it's not wellness. Y'all are
mm,
mean. Y'all are so mean on every capacity. It's
yeah,
mean girls, and I can't. I'm like, you're not well. How are you trying to build community, but you're doing it for aesthetic purposes, like Pilates?
yes,
Being a Pilates instructor is a very. I'm a new Pilates instructor because
yes,
I don't want the Pilates police after me. Okay, I'm a new Pilates instructor and trying to get, I want to get a mentor because, I'm new to it. So I would like a
yeah,
mentor to
yeah,
guide me through certain things. Right. And trying to find a mentor has been hard as hell. I finally have one,
mm,
but it feels like, well, speaking for Houston, I don't really know other cities.
yeah, right,
Well, for here, it's like everyone wants to be the Beyonce of what they do.
yeah. That is true. Yeah,
Everyone wants to be the top head honcho
yeah,
massage therapist. So they don't want to help you because they think you're going to take their clients. Or
mm,
everyone wants to be the top head honcho Pilates instructor because they think you're going to take all their clients. For me
mm,
and my mentality, I don't want to massage everybody.
yeah. That's true. It has
I'm
sometimes
not
it's for
interested in massaging
some.
a million plus people in Houston.
It's for
There's
some.
a million plus people here in this city. I have no desire to
Yeah,
massage everybody. I have
yeah,
no desire to teach everybody Pilates. I have no desire for that. So that's
yeah,
why I like the referral system.
mm,
Hey, I'm pretty booked up, but I know this Pilates instructor,
yeah.
who
Yep,
can fit you in. I know this
yep,
massage therapist who can fit you in. I
yep,
know this mental health therapist who can fit you in.
yep.
And it's like I don't have nobody to refer because everyone's so closed off and mean. Like I want to refer people. Like if my books are filled
Yeah,
and you have an immediate need, of
yeah,
course I would love for you to. I don't want you to wait for me. Go
yeah.
get the service from somebody else who's
Yes.
just as good as me.
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like you want to put people on,
Yeah, I
but you
always
know,
do.
people are looking for the
Always.
aesthetic. I like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Pilates. With Pilates, I have noticed that it is an aesthetic for those who are content creators or influencers,
It's
and
sickening.
I
It's
love
sickening.
Pilates. It's so hard though. Oh my God,
Pilates
it's
is hard. Like I
oh
said, it is hard.
Lord. Look
Right,
now,
right. Have
ugh,
you tribling? You know what I'm saying? It is a
I've been
hard
to a
thing
class.
because it, yeah, it's not your typical workout, right?
It's not.
All of it has nothing to do with weight loss. Nothing to
Nope.
do with weight loss. Everything
No.
to do with what
Strengthening.
as we say powerhouse. In Pilates we call it
Yeah.
a powerhouse. Learn from the best, Jungle Johanna out in Miami.
Mhm.
And everything has to do with your powerhouse. Everything you do, you got to engage that core, and not just your core, like your deep core, and that's why we call it a powerhouse.
Yeah.
So you're using things that you didn't even know. Oh my God! Like you got to point them
Yeah.
toes, point them toes. You do what
Yes.
you do.
Yes.
Shoulders away from your ears. You know what I'm saying? Get that, posture together. So with Pilates being on the rise for like the newest workout, like the girlies is just like it's all about the
Mhm.
aesthetic, wearing the pink and I'm a
Yeah.
Pilates princess and all the things. And it's like okay, like I'm glad you have the cute aesthetic, but like are you okay mentally? And I guess it comes down to competition. I'm only
Yeah.
competing with myself. I'm not
Yeah.
competing with you.
Yes.
What's
Yes.
for you
Yes.
will be. Okay?
Yes.
Going back to my church
Yes.
day. What's for me is for me. What's for
I
you,
know that's right.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
know
It's for
that's right.
you. Nothing's gonna block that. You know what I'm
That
saying?
is true. That is true.
And that's why I don't mind putting people on. Yeah.
Yeah, and this goes into like the gatekeeping and things like
Oh
that.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love to collaborate with others. And for those of you who uh, didn't know, this is the person that so I recorded an episode for, of course, the first episode, but this is the person, Alexis, who I did an event with, and it was it was amazing. I'm gonna tell you, like, I still have people talking about the way they were stretched and things like that. Like
Thank
my
you.
friend Jade, like she loved it so much. I just think that that is something that brings wellness to the community. It's not for show. It's not for,
Um,
girl. I was just talking the other day. I don't like recording stuff, and somebody told me you need to record. You need to do this, and I'm like, I don't like doing that.
I like being in the moment. I like
I
being
don't
in the
like
moment.
it. It just
I
really,
think it comes down to us being truly 90s kids. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, we didn't record nothing. We had a ball. We had a ball, baby, okay? I feel bad for these new kids. We had a ball growing up.
Everything on the camera
We
now.
was outside for real, okay?
Yes,
Till the street lights come on. Y'all don't know
yes.
nothing. The younger kids don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? This is a
None about
millennial thing. We always reminisce because it's like we had a
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
And I'm the same way. I mean, we live in a content creation society now where if you're not doing it if it's not recorded,
If
right?
it's not recorded, yeah,
I get it, but I get
yeah.
it because people
I get it.
want to see what you're
Yeah,
doing. But I'm the
yeah, I
same
get
way
it.
though. I'm only going to record so much.
Yeah, same.
You're not going to get all the crazy ass angles. You're not going to get you're not getting all that. You're
Yeah.
getting my camera in one little spot, and that's
Yep,
it.
yep. I'm gonna leave it
not,
there.
you're not getting hard edits. You're not getting all the things. So in
Yeah,
my content, you're getting what's fresh off my camera.
yeah,
Some things, when I get like, professional, studio photos. Shout out to my girl Stephanie, who just did my newest headshots that I'll be posting here soon. Of course, she's a photographer, so there's going to be some edits there for her craft.
yeah,
But when it comes to like content creation for me, I'm not editing much. I mean, I
yeah,
might edit it as in so I can put like the reels and stuff together, but there's
yeah,
no crazy lighting. I'm not doing all that. You're getting
yeah,
real raw content, unfiltered content when it comes to me because I'm just like,
yeah. Yep, yeah.
for what?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to say I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
I appreciate you talking to me. I want to know, is there something that the audience should look out for when it comes to your service?
Yes. So look out for I start in studio at 105 Fever. That is a black owned, woman owned, veteran owned gym about 10 minutes away from NRG. So I'll be there Thursdays and Fridays starting. I'll be posting about that. And then of course, me and Vaughn got to do another event. So whenever that, we got to get the planning on that. But other than that, I just thank you for featuring me on your podcast.
Thank you.
It's nice to talk about parts of my story on
Yeah.
camera because I've intimately told people my story, and of
Yeah.
course my therapist knows. But just to say it on a public platform, as I'm getting more open and raw, because people need to hear this.
Yeah, they do.
People need to understand that life is not perfect, and I'm trying to what I'm trying to by sharing my story more and more is that it's not all perfection.
Yeah.
And so everything on the internet right now is all perfect.
Ugh.
Everybody's perfect. Everybody's perfect. Nobody has no issues going on. Everyone's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I want to be the wrench in all that shit. And it's like
Mhm.
life is not perfect. I'm humble now because of the things I went through. And you got to hear this. Just to wrap it up, even like when I posted about my mother being on drugs on Mother's Day, I
Yeah.
got so many DMs that day like, "Oh my god, thank you for saying this." It's very similar to me. I had one person who shared her mom on Instagram for the first time ever because of me. So I'm like, "Okay, I'm doing something right here.
Yes.
I'm
I
doing
was
yeah,
People love to hear
the
what
real
people
raw."
have gone, because like you said, it looks polished. Everything looked polished, and sometimes people are afraid of the backlash. I
Yeah,
can just think of psychologically,
yeah,
like some people are prepping their next move because of who's watching and things like that. I even know for myself personally, just watching, like, okay, what could I say? What can I not say ethically as a professional as well as a
right,
human? But I do go through things. And so I'm
right.
glad that you even shared that. And I'm happy that you came on here and
Thank
you shared your
you.
story, because
Appreciate you.
it
Whenever you want me
matters.
back, I am here. I'm
Thank you.
always open for conversation. So
Yeah.
real raw conversation. That's what I love. Yeah.
Where can people follow you?
Yes, so I am the THA Wellness Jawn on all platforms. So Facebook, don't really post on there like that. TikTok, yeah, TikTok. Pretty new on that. And then Instagram is where I have most of my following at. So you'll find me at the Wellness Jawn on all platforms.
Okay. Okay. The THA
THA
Wellness
Wellness Jawn,
Jawn.
JAWN. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you once again. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go.
Yes.
I hope you have a good day, girl. We're gonna be
Thank
in
you
touch.
too, girl. We're gonna see each other soon.